Hey guys, it's your girl Aisha, aka GeekXX Chic, and we are back with another reaction to Lazarus. We're now on to episode 4, which is called Don't Stop the Dance. I like that, you know, girl likes the boogie. Anyway, I don't think that's really what we're talking about here. Although with Axel, it's very possible because a lot of his martial arts seem to look like dancing. But yeah, in the last episode, quite interesting. We delved some more into Dr. Skinner. We found out that his grandmother is still alive in Istanbul and that she is still serving some mad good baklava apparently. But more importantly, we find out that he apparently grew up as a pretty normal kid and she raised him, and she said the last time she heard from him was 3 years ago with a video message. At this point, I think she's telling the truth, but I don't fully trust her. I think there might be some things she's holding back because especially when she said, to me, he's still the little boy that I raised, that feels a little like she's living in a bubble or either that or she's protecting him, either way, or both. But yeah, they at least found out some more of kind of like his past and his history, and the fact that he's watching his grandmother is also a good thing to know because, I mean, I don't think they're gonna do anything, but I do think that if things get desperate, that it's definitely something they try to exploit. So anyways, it's a string they can pull if necessary. And then we also see that one of the traps that was set by the hacker girl was triggered by Dr. 909, I think his name was, because Axel was mocking whoever was running the cameras. So once again, it looks like he was the right person to send for the job. So let's see what happens in this episode. Let's jump in. Just before I do though, a reminder that if you'd like to be in the know when I drop episodes, you can go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. All right, that out of the way, let's get into the episode right now. So it looks like, okay, that makes more sense. I mean, kids go through pain too. Yeah, they would probably think it's a depression drug too. Did he though? I don't think he did. I think y'all, it was a bit of a placebo effect for y'all. I don't know if he did. Maybe you put those expectations on him. But yeah, interesting. Looks like Skinner didn't want the kids on it. Like he was trying to save the future. I think he just wanted the existing people that are messing things up. But that's never a full solution either because they're learning from their parents, right? That's a lot of money. Yep. Probably working with Skinner. Exactly. This was a long-term plan, guys. This is a long game. Damn, you ate that quick. How do you not have a headache? You think so? Right? Yeah, Sam's the easier one to find, and he is probably living fat off the hog right now. What is it with this cat? Maybe, most likely. I mean, sometimes stereotypes are true. What were you saying? They're all so grossed out. I'm sure he's smarter than he's acting, but yeah. I knew immediately that if he was somebody who was willing to do this, he is going to be lavish about it. I was about to say, that does not align. Okay. It's not Elena. Stop it. Ah, this is what they meant by the dance. They're going to a club. Because in the club, we all fam. He's been in and out of jail for like the last 10 years, bro. Yeah, multiple contacts. That makes sense. Yeah, unless he's using the same face hacking technology. But yeah, it's true. There's got to be at least one of them. 8 miles high, hey? There's got to be one of them that he wasn't able to hack. Especially in some of the countries that probably don't all have the same technology. Oh, so this is like a giant escalator to the top? That's actually pretty cool. Let's go, guys. Give me a glow stick. Girl, reel it in. Although you do look way too serious to be at a club, though. Smile, Doug. Or at least act like you're looking at the girls, something. You need one of those to get upstairs, unless you use your acrobatics. Oh, did he just sneak in with them? Okay, they all look the same, avoiding their faces. Appear to be. That's what I was saying. At this point, they're just wearing the same clothing. Someone must have slipped up, though. Yeah, but we need you sober, please. Thanks for the intel. Oh, he's about to see if he can get this tattoo. Can he get it on? How? Oh, so he's gonna try. Okay, see if it can be faked. What was that supposed to mean? What do you mean by that, sir? Come on, bust out a Carlton for us. I love it. I love it. Maybe he likes, you know, the cute, quiet type. Listen, it happens. Some men look amazing in drag. Okay? Like, it is what it is. I have to concede some men absolutely run circles around me when they're in drag. Damn. I think he already knew he was a dick. I was about to say, they're probably playing Minecraft or something, please. Welcome to corporate greed. Oh, not the DJ. That's not who he wanted to take away. Unless maybe the DJ figured out that them boobs did not move naturally. Oh! That's judgy. Oh, it's even worse, honestly. Almost translucent? Excuse me? Yeah. That man is... We know what kind of man that is. I didn't think copying it was going to be enough. They probably have like a face profile and everything associated with them. Also, they probably have a way to check for fakes. Oh, that's disgusting. Oh my god. Please kill everyone here. I'm dead ass. She didn't drink the punch, did she? Break everything, starting with his dick. Wait, she isn't actually drunk. Did she actually drink it? Oh, okay. I knew he was shady as hell, but still. Okay, she's like, I'm immune. Don't talk about my party days. That's it? I would be filming this and ruining these people's lives is what I would have done. Wow, really? You're fighting a girl? Bitch. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, he survived? Damn. Okay, Doug. Okay, Doug. I'm getting very kind of Krav Maga type stuff from him. But I thought you were a thug, bro. No? Kill them. Thank you. Every last one of these men need to die. I'm dead ass. Every one of these perverts needs to go. Even the ones who aren't doing the actual stuff, they're letting it happen so they can all go. Okay, Kit. Knight Rider. Unless that thing can turn into a hovercraft, that's not going to be helpful. Nice. Not him using her as a weapon. That's hilarious. What are you going to do, bro? Jump on? Come on, please. Okay. Has he? This is not smart. Brave, but not smart. Do you have a way to shut this chopper down? Because otherwise, I mean, if it's being flown by AI, then we need our girl to hack it quickly. Period. I'm not some type of murdering helicopter, I'll have you say. Period. Seriously, Elena, why can't Elena hack this helicopter? What good is she? He's like, let me follow them, please. Oh, there we go. Oh, you're fist pumping, huh? Still here. I thought we already established that. Exactly, that, oh. That's right. Take y'all down. You said there, call me a stupid robot. No, what you think you do when you can't fly this thing? Ooh, that bridge is coming hard and fast. Okay, water slowed you down. Oh, can y'all swim? Hi. You're right, it's totally about money. See? Rats will always rat. That was a dick move, but I appreciate it deeply. How about the multiple counts of SA? I think we need to get those in there too. No, let the monkeys go. I don't know, the quiet monkey's scaring me. Okay. All of them deserve to die. Whoever put those monkeys in there all deserve to die. All right, guys. Well, that was a very adventurous episode. We got a little bit more of our lady friend there. Let me get the names up because I'm bad with remembering the names here. So yeah, we got to get to know a little bit more around Christine, because again, we haven't really seen much of her except for in the first episode where she basically seduced Axel into getting locked into this whole group here. But looks like she was a party girl. She said she was a secret agent before this in the last episode. I don't know how real that is, but she definitely knew how to party back in the day, because I'm taking from what she said that she actually did take the drugs and the punch and it just didn't affect her because she's partied that hard. I don't know, but just crazy. I mean, it's possible. There are people out there who have done so many drugs that it would take a lot to knock them out at least. So anyway, that's some maybe a little tidbit we'll hear more about later if we decide to delve a little deeper into these character lives. But anyway, we found out that they kind of did their work last episode to figure out where some money was being passed over, that the hacker and this particular guy that had sold a ton of stocks right before the Hapna thing blew up, they figured they must be working with Skinner because that seems like it made logical sense. But it turns out, as we found out, it just was two people who were able to, well, it was because of the hacker, right? The hacker, Dr. 909, Donald McDonald. He had hacked the information of this pharmaceutical company and realized that they were already putting out some risks of Hapna. And I guess whatever he found was enough for him to know that the stocks were going to drop soon. And then he informed Sam, because I guess they were friends from way back. And that's how they've been partnering up and working. And that's how it's been moving. And so Dr. 909 was using his hacking skills to find out what was going to happen in the stock market so that Sam could take advantage of it. And then, that's how the cycle was going. But interesting mission. Like, I'm not exactly sure why they had my poor boy Leland in drag, but I mean, sadly, he got picked because of it. Sadly, only in the sense of, Leland's look and appearance when he was in his outfit was very barely legal, very innocent, that type of vibe. And, hearing what that DJ had to say about how he doesn't want women who he labeled as promiscuous, but he wants girls who he thinks are innocent. It just, the whole thing just screamed predatory is my point. Like, all of it was so disgusting and predatory. And yeah, I am glad that a good chunk of those men died. I just wish that all of them had gone. But anyway, gross that that's been going on for so long. And like, it was funny because in the beginning of the episode, we heard Doug being like, when everyone was like, this guy's probably a rich, disgusting, self-entitled pig that does all the worst. And he's like, you can't judge him like that. And I'm like, yeah, but unfortunately, if he was willing to cash off of an insider tip that Hapna was dangerous, that doesn't tell me he's a good guy. That right there. And sure enough, not only was he just as bad, but worse. So like I said, sadly, sometimes stereotypes are true. And in this case it was. But anyway, yeah, they went through all of that. We see that once again, Axel kind of being very haphazard in the way that he does things is what actually ended up getting them caught, because the rest of the team would not have jumped that high towards a helicopter hoping that they nailed it, right? I mean, Axel wouldn't have done the jump, I think, unless he knew he was going to hit it, but it was still a serious risk. And anyway, is what they ended up needing to take that helicopter down, because it looks like they really didn't, these guys didn't think their escape through very well. But I guess they probably thought they were also untouchable. And for the most part, they would have been, except that Donald McDonald got a little bit careless at one of his last drops, and they were able to finally, go through the face blocking technology, and they were able to see that it was him. So anyway, thankfully, that's what ended up happening. And we see that, of course, because, cockroaches always be trying to swim, they ended up getting the data that he collected thus far that Dr. 909 had gotten. I don't know how useful it is right now. I mean, I'm assuming it's more about the pharmaceutical stuff. I mean, it is useful in that way. Yeah, like if he's hacked this pharmaceutical company, whatever they can find out about it, like they said, they think this company is directly related to Skinner. But I think based on what we've seen in the last 2 episodes, it's not as straightforward as they'd like when a Skinner's concerned. Skinner is not thinking as linearly as they are. And that's why, like I was saying, I was hoping we'd see, I know Axel's not much of a thinker per se, but his way of thinking, the way that he doesn't really think of things straightforward, even the way he escapes is so creative. Like, I feel like they need to maybe ask him more questions at the very least, so that they can figure out ways to think of ways, different ways that Skinner is getting involved and who he's getting involved with. But again, I think the big thing to remember with the Skinner situation is that, and they brought it out this episode, that Skinner has been planning all of this for years. Like, this is not I just woke up this morning and did this. Like, Skinner, at least 3 years before he made this announcement, he was already putting plans in place for this. So they need to recognize that they can't underestimate a single thing or think that anything that they've discovered is necessarily a direct lead, because Skinner has thought of so many of things, because people who move in a very methodical and standard way, he would have thought of that already. So this is why I'm saying, like, the only kind of diverse thinkers I'm seeing so far on the team are probably Axel and maybe Leland. And yeah, they're really not saying a ton right now. And I mean, we need to know more about Leland too. I mean, Leland's really just kind of been tagging along thus far, but I'm really interested in what his deal is. But anyway, they ended up at least getting 2 players. I mean, they weren't really players for Skinner, but I'm glad they were taken off the map. I mean, it's sad that they're only going down for insider trading. There's a lot of I mean, I guess it's harder to prove the second, the SA stuff, but I really wish they could have gone down for that, because, oh my gosh, thinking of all the poor girls that have been, what they might have gone through. Anyway, but at least they're off the map now. As I said, they're not going to be able to hurt anybody else anytime soon. But so really, unfortunately, I don't think the team is really I shouldn't say not any further ahead. At least now that they know this pharmaceutical company at least knew that Hapna had the potential to be dangerous, and they kept that under their, why did they keep that under wraps? What reason would they have? I mean, if Hapna was a direct competitor for them, because it's not the same foundation, it sounds like, or the same medical company, why would they not expose that immediately? Right? So they're up to something as well. Now, do I think they're directly related to Skinner? No. I think that the reason they kept it quiet was because they were probably trying to develop something very similar to Hapna. Like, that's probably why they were studying it. Like, we saw all the monkeys. I don't know if this is at the facility. I'm going to assume it was. They're probably trying to see if they could find something that's similar to Hapna, not only in its effectiveness as a pain medication, but also because they probably want to copy the lethal side of it as well, because who wouldn't, right? That's something that they could sell to militaries and all types of things like that. Like, that's just the way it goes. That's just the way it goes. So anyway, it's a place to start anyways. Like, I don't know, again, that they know anything about Skinner, but at least if they can understand more about the drug, maybe more about the research they found out, because that kind of stuff could be handed over to people who are actually trying to fix the Hapna problem, possibly. But it's a slippery slope where that's concerned as well. Because like I said, these pharmaceutical companies are all about the money and having, like, literally, they'll have a absolute death grip. We heard that creep say that in the club, right? When she's like, aren't you scared of dying by taking Hapna? And he's like, no, there'll be an antidote. And then we find out where it is. We're going to make bank off it, right? So that's exactly what these pharmaceutical companies are going to want to do. Like, who else has the resources to analyze Hapna to the point, or use the data that even this company has to the point of finding a cure? Who's not going to want to capitalize on it? Like, it just seems completely unreasonable. So yeah, it's going to be interesting what they're going to do with that information. But, while that door closed as far as Skinner, maybe this one with the pharmaceutical company will open one, or at least give us another breadcrumb clue of where to start looking next. But yeah, I really like how this show is not as straightforward with the objective as a lot of shows would be. Like, we've taken a lot of interesting twists and turns. And like I said, we're getting teeny tiny breadcrumbs in the direction of Skinner, but nowhere near the kind of progress you would expect by episode 4. We're not at the halfway mark yet, but that's really not a lot of episodes. And again, I don't know how many seasons are planned for this. I mean, I heard this is a direct collaboration with Adult Swim, so maybe they've already signed up to do a couple of seasons at least. But I really don't think they're going to wrap all of this up by episode 13, especially at this pace. And I don't want to see them suddenly slam a bunch of things into the last ones either. That would be a real shame, considering that I think they're doing a great job with the building right now. So hopefully this means that they're planning on doing at least one more season. But yeah, another good episode. I enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed watching along with me. If you did, please show some love, and I'll see you in the next one.